Started a few weeks ago with year four here, and we feel good about where we're at, and the type of student athlete that we've tried to recruit here at St. Thomas, really to our identity and our culture, and we continue to focus on trying to be the best we can be every day, and not worry too much about anything else.
Questions for Coach. Rico, you had the preseason accolades, picked first in a poll, preseason player of the year from the coaches and the media, and Lucas Wallen. What has his development been like for you, and just like seeing him grow when he came in as a freshman a couple years ago?
Yeah, again, I think I'll just address the poll issue. I think it's great for a few days when you see that in the preseason polls, but at the end of the day, we have to do what we need to do in terms of getting our team ready to play at a high level. And I think it really starts with Lucas Wallen. Ever since he stepped foot on campus, he's been our best player in terms of his approach to practice, his approach to the process. We recruited him because we feel like he's part of what we're trying to build with our identity, and he's certainly our captain in a lot of ways, not just on the ice, but off the ice as well. So I don't know that he's much of a secret. I mean, he had a pretty good USHL season when we recruited him, but a great story because Lucas was a late bloomer. A lot of experts in our business didn't think very highly of him. He had to fight his way through, playing in the North American League, playing a level down before that, and then making a splash in the USHL. So he's worked for everything that he's accomplished to this point, and I have no doubt that he'll continue to do that.
Question from Jared Rebeda.
Hey, Coach. When you think about the process of, back to Lucas's freshman year and the guys he came in with now and what they've helped build this program to, can you just talk a little bit about how the players have worked, internally to deserve this preseason contender status that you guys have gotten this year?
Well, I think it starts with Coach Hayward calls that class the believers. They committed to St. Thomas, not knowing that we were going to have a new building on the horizon, not knowing, if we were going to be able to play for a national tournament, we're not going to be able to play for a championship, all those things. But they came to St. Thomas not because of anything other than they want an opportunity, great academics. They saw the vision that we were trying to build. And so we really focused on that class in terms of, being a little bit different. Every player is a little bit different. We wanted to kind of have that be our base. But they're all really good character players. And so they've meant a lot to our program. We focus on a few things within our culture. One is team dynamics. I think they do a great job in making sure that our team is focused on being good to each other, making sure that the things that they need to do on and off the ice are in the right place. We focus on daily behaviors. I think that group focuses on making sure that the guys are doing what they're supposed to be doing from the moment they get up in the morning to when they fall asleep again. And then obviously the accountability part is a huge piece. And I think that class really focuses on, one, them being ready to play every day, being ready to play to our standard and our identity, and then that feeds off the rest of the team. So really important class for our program. And now they're juniors, that they become the leaders of our team, and hopefully they can continue to do that.
Dave with a question.
Hey, Coach, Dave Ellis from TV6 and Fox UP in Marquette. You talked about this when you took the job, that it's a long-term project. Where are you in the process now? Are you maybe even a little bit ahead of where you thought you would be?
Hi, Dave. I answered this question last week to somebody that asked me. To be honest with you, I don't know where we're going to be. Things have happened the way they needed to happen. We recruited a really good class, that junior class we just talked about. They've been kind of our identity drivers since day one. Our staff's done a great job in identifying those players. We've been able to attract some transfers that are coming home to play that we've known for quite some time. So we had a good feeling about who they were as people and would they fit into our culture. You know, the landscape in college athletics, as you know, is changing every second of the day, and nobody knows what the heck's going on. So we are where we are, and we feel good about what we have. But if I sat here and told you I thought we were going to be here, or are we ahead of schedule, I have no idea. You know, I think part of our culture and something I really try to focus on is just to be here and be present and really give all my attention, all my love, and all my focus on the team that's here right now. And, you know, try to do it again tomorrow.
Question from Trent.
Hey, Coach. You know, I think it was pretty well documented last season about the injuries that you guys experienced in the second half. You know, I know you were probably getting sick of getting asked questions about it, but here's another one for you. Just at the end of that season, I mean, just kind of, you know, we're 6 months removed from all that. How do you feel like that has sort of helped mold your team going into this season with maybe some of those younger guys who got that experience that maybe you weren't expecting to get it?
Well, thanks, Trent, for bringing it back up. But no, I think that's a valid question. And I think sometimes as you navigate through life, as you navigate through seasons and you're building your program or your team, you go through some different types of adversity. Last year was certainly the type of adversity that we hadn't dealt with in our short time here at St. Thomas. So having to deal with the injuries allowed other players to play. We have a saying in our locker room that everybody matters. And certainly that was true last February and March. And it gives the guys that normally would not probably get an opportunity to play in meaningful games an opportunity to do that. But it also added to some of our key guys that were able to play a lot of minutes and probably play situations that maybe they wouldn't have played in, right? So all of that is a really good, looking back, I think it's really good. It wasn't great going through it, obviously, but you know, it's helped us understand not only what we need to do in the off season, but what we need to do in season to make sure that we're keeping our minds and our bodies at in a good spot in order for us to be successful each and every day. And, you know, the guys that were injured that are back in the lineup now, I think they have an appreciation of, you know, missing the game for so long. And so their motivation was very impactful in the spring and in the summer. And it really kind of fed through the rest of the team.
Jared.
Yeah, Coach. Last year there were a ton of teams in this league ran goalie tandems, and you know, some of them were because of injuries, some of them were because that was the best decision for that team. But you bring back one of the better goalie tandems to this season. Just talk about the confidence you have in Trotter and Seibel this season.
Yeah, again, same question I got a week ago, and I said, you know, their jobs is to make my life hard and our staff's life hard when it comes to making a decision. And both Sibes and Trotz played really well last year. And so at this point, I don't see any real reason to change from that. And the only thing that's going to probably change is we have a third in Prosma that's pushing them. So it's been really kind of fun to watch the development of all three of those guys pushing each other, and all three of them get along great. So it's going to be a difficult decision when the time comes.